Are you an iPhone user that's looking at possibly getting the unplugged phone? Or are you an iPhone user that has already bought the unplugged phone but needs some technical advice? Well, this podcast is for you.
This is the Andre Segovia Show.
Greetings everyone, this is Andres, and on this episode I want to just inform the many of you that are following me across the socials and video platforms that I am planning a tech stream where I'll be more focused on those of you that are lifelong Apple users transitioning to an unplugged phone. I got this comment on one of my videos on Rumble from username Max Dyson, and it reads like this: I tried to transition from iPhone. The support doesn't answer me. For several days, they say they'll email and nothing. You almost saved me, but had more questions. Any advice? Thank you so much. So I responded to the user that it did inspire that tech stream that I'm planning. When I set out to cover the unplugged phone and by extension, de-Googled devices, I did so with the expectation that most of everyone that I was speaking to was coming from some experience with Android. I did not take you lifelong Apple users into account. And this comment really struck a chord with me because I realized even though I covered the basics and the fundamentals of Android itself and even done some videos and tips and tricks on how to set up and move things around on your newly acquired unplugged phone, or if you've gone to a privacy-focused OS like Calyx or Graphene, I realized that I wasn't talking to those of you that are behind the walls of the garden that is Apple, because there are those of you that have not left Apple because of the conveniences that they offered. Because if you have an Apple Music subscription, or if you have an Apple Fitness subscription that you bought with your Apple Watch, if you use AirDrop among your devices and family and friends, if you have FaceTime because you're communicating with family, you got iPod, you got iPad, you got a HomePod, you have Apple TV, not to mention your iPhone with Apple Wallet or Apple Pay. When all these apparent conveniences are created for you from the Apple sphere, what they really created over the years was a walled garden of an app experience meant to keep you locked in. When I cover Google users cutting away from Google and moving to a privacy-focused OS like Unplugged, LibreDOS, well, that's not the same as asking an Apple user to literally leave everything behind. Because when you do so, especially if you're on iCloud and all your contacts are there, can you take text messages? Can you take iMessages or something over to your newly acquired phone? Man, even if you were transitioning to a Google-powered Android device, you can't take all that. So what does it mean when you don't have tools available to make that transition or help you make that transition? That's the point of the stream that I'm planning. So as I record, this is June 26th. A couple of major things have happened in the past 36 hours that will affect my channel over on YouTube. And not just that, it affects every social media out there. And that is, first, the debate between Felon 47 and The Walking Dead hasn't happened yet, but CNN and YouTube are colluding to shut down anybody giving commentary on said stream, which mostly affects conservatives. I'm not covering it, but I know whenever that happens, those rulings or changes always affect my channel, because even though I'm talking about tech, I also talk business, and business is affected by government policies. And I have to call out Democrats and Republicans alike whenever they want to tax us or when they're screwing us over with our property rights. And then a couple of hours ago, major ruling from SCOTUS. Amy Coney Barrett writing the majority opinion here, where SCOTUS sided with the White House and intel agencies to allow them to take down what is perceived as misinformation from social media as a whole. Dude, that is crazy. So all these things are to say censorship is going to get ramped up from here to election day and beyond. So that is very disappointing. So just letting you know, make sure you're following me on Rumble, because I do intend to stream to YouTube, Rumble, and X. But just in case you don't see my stream, and if I've gone silent for a while, it's because of the changes. So just giving you a heads up about that. Make sure you're following me across the socials at the Andre Segovia, on X_Andre Segovia. For those of you on YouTube, where I have my biggest audience, I am posting to the community tab there, channel specific updates, so you can also check it out there. But anyway, that's it. That's where I'll leave it. Thank you so very much for listening to this audio version of the Andre Segovia Show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the know, and I'll see you on the next one.